What I just saw in this chapter, I could speak for everyone, I think, when it comes down to how sad and emotional this chapter is. I'm smiling but sad at the same time. I'm smiling and happy because of how kind of the ending of the chapter was, but I'm sad because of what transpired in this chapter and what happened to Bond's foster father and what happened to Bond. This entire chapter gives a lot of clarity to what Bond's character really came from, like why Bond is like he is. And seeing this, it's a beautiful chapter. Like, definitely one of the best chapters, I think, of Taizai. One of the best. Like, in terms of emotions and stuff, this was so good. And Taizai always does really good flashbacks. So usually Taizai is good at this. And this chapter is no exception to that. Because seeing the flashback, I just want to take a few moments to just say how shitty Bond's real father was. Punching him in the gut, making Bond scared to kind of go to sleep, and then forcing him to go out and steal, and then punching him and not wanting to eat, and then Bond being forced to eat his own throw-up because he has nothing to eat. It's disgusting, and I feel so bad for Bond. I really do. Just seeing what type of life he lived before he became part of the Seven Deadly Sins and before he met Elaine, or, you know, his foster father, just to see kind of things like that, it breaks my heart. It really does. And then seeing how Bond, the way he accepted his foster father and thought he was one of the best fathers he could ever ask for, and then he finds out, like, you know, the person that he saved in the last chapter was his father, and they were communicating, and then he hugs his father, puts his hand on him, and he's like, you know, I forgive you and all that. You know, they meet once again, and just the emotions I have right now cannot explain how satisfying this chapter is right now, because it's quite the surprise. I did not think that the, you know, Bond's sin related to the fox would be related to, like, a werefox. I did not think it'd be so literal, but to see that, it's crazy in a way, just to see how Bond became a thief. He was forced to become a thief because of the life he lived, and also because of his upbringing. And the way this person just looked after Bond, watched over him while he was in time of need, saved him from being thrown off and becoming a slave, just many things like that. It makes me really appreciate Bond as a character, and this new character that was introduced, that is Bond's father. At first, I thought this person was going to be, like, Bond's, you know, mentor, teacher. That's what I thought it was. I think we all assumed that's what it was going to be about. But no, it's not. What this person means to Bond is someone irreplaceable. And to see what Bond says, he's like, I never held it against you. I never thought bad of you. He's like, you're my ideal father. If you would have not have saved your son and you would have saved me, I would have been sickened. That's kind of what Bond would have said. Like, that's what he was implying. Like, if you would have saved me instead of your actual son, I would have been fucking sick. That just goes to show you beautiful, beautiful connection between these characters, and then what Bond thinks about his foster father and how he's forgiven him and he accepts him for who he is. Because if you think about it in terms of this, the why Bond thinks like that is because his father would never have done that. Like, his father would punch him in the gut, force him to eat his own vomit, and go out and steal and not even give a shit about him. I mean, at the very least, this foster father of Bond's, you know, said, like, you sure you want to become a thief? Like, when you do this, you can no longer enter human society once again. You know, hinting at stuff like telling him you really shouldn't do this because this is some bad stuff, and if you do this, you can't ever go back. And the way that was done, oh my... I can't review this chapter, it's just too emotional for me, because Bond is one of my favorites, my favorite characters, and seeing a chapter like this, it just fucking stabs me. It just twists that fucking knife in the side, just because of how distraught I am. But I'm so happy right now, just to see those two characters meet now, like, they're back. I wonder what type of role he's gonna have now, because he's at death's door, he's, like, about to die. But I wonder if there is a way to save him, if there is a way that he will be able to be fine, and then, you know, I wonder if this is going to cause some issues in the future, because if you think about it like this, Bond's entire quest, his goal in life right now, is to bring back Elaine, someone he loves. He wants to bring her back. And if his foster father that he just finally found once again just dies in his arms, or just dies very soon, this is going to leave Bond a choice. If he is offered the choice of bringing back one person, this complicates a lot of issues. Would he bring back his father? Would he bring back Elaine? And that's where this entire ordeal kind of goes towards right now. Like, who would Bond really bring back? Who does he love more? And that, I feel, is like where Nakaba-sensei is taking the direction of this chapter or series, judging by how this was done. I don't feel like the way the father is introduced and the way he's kind of at death's door would be done like this if it wasn't vital to the plot with Bond at the moment. So, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How do you all feel about this chapter, and how do you feel about the emotional just twist we got? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please be safe. Chibi out.